Right now this hoof has a little bit of this chalky sole that's ready to come out, and my hoof pick is pretty strong, so I'm just going to use that to get it out. I don't want to carve it out. I don't want to take out more than it needs, but if it's looking chalky like that, then it's ready to come out. So it still seems a little hard up here, maybe not quite ready to shed all the way. I'm just going to clean up along these bars here. Again, just using, I could use a hoof knife too, but I don't want to carve into the, there's that creamy real sole underneath. So this white chalky stuff is just what is getting ready to come out. This is a lot of times how it looks in the winter when soles are shedding. And I'm just gonna scrape on these collateral grooves and central sulcus. I am actually going to use my bonsai nippers to come in here and clean this up. There's a little pocket that I spotted right there, which I want to open up so I can treat. Again, not taking more than I need to, just opening up these collateral grooves and looking for any little black pockets of gunk like I saw right there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. You see right here a little something? I'm gonna open, see what's going on there. Another little pocket of thrush. Try and get her foot back on the stand here, and oh, oh. Oh. There we go. It's not too deep in there, which is what I like to see. There's not a ton of hoof wall height that needs to come down. What I'm just first going to do is trim these bars. I'm not taking them all the way down, just a little bit. I'm going to check my balance, looking at the heels. I think she's a little sore in this stifle, so that's why she's not wanting to hold her leg up high. This heel was a little bit higher. This inside heel was a little bit higher than the outside one. I'm just going to come and take both of them with a quick nip, and then I'm going to come along with my rasp, and I'm not really looking to take a lot of height down. I'm just exposing where the white line is, and I'm shaving off the top of these tubules, the tubules of the hoof wall. She's got a low point here. Maybe there was a chip there. So this is a little bit of a high spot that I'm going to bring down. Just checking. Oh. Oh. Really want to let the hoof hang naturally when I'm checking the balance, so you get a true read on balance of the hoof. Just gonna come in and reapply the bevel all the way around the hoof here. And I am gonna come in with my nippers for this hoof wall, because that would be kind of a lot of work for me to do with just my rasp. So I'm going to do it roughly here. With the nippers, coming back again with the rasp, just smoothing this out. Easy, girl. Same thing all around the hoof wall. I'm just doing that Mustang roll and smoothing out my nipper cuts. Now I'm just gonna bring the hoof forward. Giving her a nice stretch on my stand here. I'm just gonna come along the outside of the hoof with the smooth side of my rasp because I'm not looking to take off a lot more material. Round off this toe. Same thing on the inside. I just want to make it all look really nice. And that's about it. Once I get this hoof on the stand, first thing I'm going to do is clean it out. This might seem like an obvious step, but really you want to clean the hoof out super well. Any kind of rocks or gravel or debris stuck in the hoof wall of the hoof, or really anywhere, if your rasp or your nipper or your hoof knife, any of your tools with a blade hit that, it's going to really dull your tools prematurely. Easy. So what I usually like to do is first clean up the frog, but you can really go in any order when you're trimming. It's just how I like to start to kind of get a good view of everything. And right now, what I'm going to be doing is trimming as little as possible while still opening up any flaps or crevices that might be a breeding ground for thrush. It's winter right now, so I really want to open all this up. I want to make sure I expose the true tip of the frog. It looks like there's some little easy. And again on this hoof, she's kind of starting to shed some of this chalky sole. So I'm just coming in with my hoof pick, especially here. I want to make sure these bars are standing up, which they are, but sometimes the bars can fold out into the sole. So I really want to, all this is just ready to come out. I'm going to come with my hoof knife. My hoof knife actually needs to be sharpened right now, but so some of this chalky stuff is coming up off, not too much more than that. I'm gonna force out. So I'm gonna come with these bars, just trim them down, not all the way. And again on this hoof, not a lot of hoof wall height, but the heels have grown up. Trim those heels down, come back with my rasp, and just same thing as the other side. Do a balance check. This heel is higher. There we go. A few more rasps. I see now too on this hoof. So a little pocket. Oh boy. Easy. This is the perfect example of when something looks like nothing. And it's actually a big pocket of thrush. Okay. So now that I've got it like that, I'm gonna do an apple cider vinegar soak on this hoof. She clearly doesn't want me poking around in there. I think I open it up enough that the soak will be able to get in there. I'm just gonna quickly finish this hoof now. I'm going to smooth this out. And again, this has been a pretty difficult trim. I'm gonna cut out those parts of the video, but I'm just trying to kind of roughly smooth this out. I'm not looking for it to be perfect because it's been a little bit dangerous. She's been trying to kick. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna soak this foot. Picking up the foot, first I'm gonna check the balance here. There's not a ton of hoof wall height to bring down, so I'm just gonna first come, smooth this out. I am gonna use my nippers on the heels. I could also use my rasp, but the hooves are soft enough now it's easy to use the nippers. And then now that I've done that, I'm gonna follow in on the bars. And to get this lower part of the bar on the second half of the frog, the bar should end halfway down the frog. So I'm gonna just take them partially down because you want some bar halfway down the frog, but on the second halfway down the frog, you don't want the bar. And the bars can actually pinch the frog and the internal structures. So I want to take that down all the way. Now coming up to clean up this frog. I don't want to take too much. I just want to clean it up. Using my little bonsai nippers, finding any little pockets of thrush. Here's one. So I'm going to be doing an apple cider vinegar on her hooves, an apple cider vinegar soak on her hooves after this. So I want to open these up a little bit so that the soaking solution will get to where it needs to go. And there we go. I don't want to excavate too much out of the frog, but I did just want to open that up a little bit. So picking this hoof back up here. I'm going to soak that. I'm going to soak this little pocket, and then I'm going to put Arden mud in there. And after I soak it, I might open it up a little bit more, but right now she really doesn't want me messing with it, so I'm not going to anymore. And here I come in. The main thing I'm going to be doing is bringing her toes back. High spot right there. Start in on this bevel all the way at the heels, although it's not very steep of a bevel there. It's going to get steeper towards the toe. Coming in, I'm going to use my nippers and this is where I'm just bringing that toe back. And that's all I'm going to do with the nippers. Come in, bevel, I'm doing this at that angle. and bring the foot forward to finish her up. Again, I'm trying to be pretty quick here. She has been pretty difficult to trim this time, and I just want to get it done, even if it doesn't look perfectly smooth from the outside. So I'm going to leave it at that. Sight the foot while I start. I'm going to be pretty quick here because she's been really impatient on all her other hooves. Coming in, evening and lowering the heels, bars on both sides. Really get it down here. Clean up this frog. I'm going to bring her toe back, so I really want to see where my true tip of the frog is so I can measure from there. So you can use bonsai nippers, or you can just use your regular nippers on the frog. Sometimes I feel like they can be, well, not like I feel like, I know I can be much more precise with the bonsai nippers, but there's not a lot to trim here and I just want to go quickly. So now that I've done that, again, it's not taking a lot of hoof wall height down. I do have a little bit of a high spot over here. Get that rasped nicely. Really let the hoof hang natural. Check the balance. Now that I'm here, quickly bring this toe back. She's actually being, oh, I was about to say she's being really good with this hoof. All right, smooth it out with my rasp. Bring this foot forward. Smooth the toe out from the front here. Oh, she's really putting her weight on me. Using the aggressive side of my rasp because I see it's sticking out a little bit on this medial side. There we go. And that's going to be done for that hoof.